What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today, ETH USD. It is the 29th day of March, and here we are sitting at about $2,000, just below there, with roughly 9 hours and 18 minutes left of the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it. Okay, so from a low on the 6th of February here to the high on the 16th of March, low to high there, you can see that we have pulled back a good bit. Not with any excessive volume. Volume is tightening as we're continuing throughout this consolidation range. We have found support just above the golden ratio. Now, typically finding support just above the golden ratio like this, where you find support but you don't actually interact with the level, is a bullish thing if you can get some separation. It's actually a very bullish thing. You did get some separation immediately, but you came back down. That makes me think that you probably do have lower to go. We probably do go just below this low. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened over the coming days, if not even this next week was red itself. I want to look at the short-term stuff, see where we're going from here. I do expect that from a high to a low point here, we're very near the low point, but we're just not quite there yet. We should be moving back up in a matter of no time. We should be well above $2,000 going into the early parts of the month of April. And yeah, let's look at the short-term stuff, and then we'll come back out to the daily time frame. Looking at the 1 hour time frame here, it is the weekend. You can tell it's the weekend because we're doing absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. No volume here at all. It's the weekend, baby. Looking at this on the 1 hour indicators, the RSI is bearish, the stochastics are bearish, and the MACD, yes, you guessed it, it is bearish. They're all bearish. We look at the 4 hour time frame, bearish on the RSI as well. If we come down, we get that slightly lower low. We just might maintain this slightly higher low here and provide some bullish divergence in our price action with our RSI there. If we're looking at the stochastics, we're chilling here at the oversold levels, higher lows here. Wouldn't be surprised again if we did come back up at some point, but we probably do go a little bit lower first. And again, with the MACD, we might form another drive of bearish momentum, but a lesser drive, some bullish divergence there. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw bullish divergence on every single indicator here on the 4 hour time frame. But I am expecting that we do go below this low. Definitely expecting that we go below that low. Again, we take this low here of the range that we've been in since the early parts of February to the high here of this range. The golden ratio zone is just below here. I don't believe that we're going to go below this low. I don't believe that we'll see prices that are below $1,900, but we'll probably get to the midway point between 1900 and 2000, right there around 1945, maybe 1960, 1920, somewhere in that zone. That's where I think we're going to go. Looking at the daily time frame, you can see that we are clearly in a consolidation phase, right? We're clearly in a consolidation phase, not a breakdown or an expansion, nothing like that, right? The volume is continuing to taper off, and typically when your volume tapers off, right, as you get to those lowest points, that's whenever you start to make your move, whenever you're going to break out one way or the other. We could break out to the upside. I don't think we do. I do assume that we'll probably return to the upper limits of this range. We might even see a higher high than this going into the month of April or late April, maybe May. And it's probably not going to look exactly like that. But I don't expect that from this range overall that we will break out to the upside. I would think that we do break out to the downside. And just as it's been a slow work in progress from this low point here to this high point, I would think if we're not even at the low, we go a little bit lower, and then we're going to make our way up to higher prices than this. I would assume it's not going to be a straight shot. It probably will be a little squiggly endeavor. I don't know why I can't talk, man. I'm struggling here. It'll be a squiggly endeavor all the way up to this higher high point, probably by the end of April, if I had to guess. If not, maybe even early May. I wouldn't be surprised if, in the context of this overall range, we hit the high points here at the end of April or in early May, and then we work the rest of May down. It's probably not just going to be a quick shot down, but then late May or June, that should be when we break out of this range to the downside. The question then is, where do we go for breaking out to the downside? And actually, yeah, I mean, the daily RSI looks sad right here. If we were going to find support, I think we would have done it already. Stochastics are sad, and the MACD definitely looks sad as well. Low to high. finding resistance at the golden ratio. I mean, it's completely possible that that was the high of the range, that we don't see a higher high even in the month of April or May. I'm still sticking with the idea that we do, but it's possible that we don't. When we go lower, there's a few possible outcomes that could happen here. So going into the end of May, June, somewhere in that time, July, we could see a $1,600 price to about a $1,380 price, something in this zone, and that could be the end of your bear market. You get some kind of double bottom or slightly higher low based off of this, a slightly lower low based off of this, or we're going below $1,000, which I don't know about you guys, but that sounds appropriate for a bear market finish, to crush through a area of significance like $1,000, make everybody panic, get a lower low, and if that's to happen, I mean, 977 to 628 is the target range. It is a completely feasible and possible target area for Ethereum to achieve. And what's crazy about that is you could see lower lows here than we did in our last bear market, which would just be very abysmal, to say the least. And that in itself would probably give an opening to various crypto projects to claim that top 2 spot and maybe even dethrone Ethereum. So Ethereum needs to hold up this $1,600 to $1,400 area. It needs to. Because if not, you really run the risk of getting dethroned here. And again, we're back to this idea. Think about it like this, right? Ethereum, this isn't the all-time history. Let's go to the all-time history. Ethereum's existed, guys, since 2015. That gives us, up to this point here, 555 weeks. Ethereum's existed for 555 weeks, at least by the way of this chart, right? In this range, from this low to this high, we have been in this price action area. Out of the 555 weeks Ethereum's existed, 273 weeks. So think about it, right? Basically half of your life has been up here at the top. That seems like one massive distribution phase if we come back down to these areas, if we see lower lows. It seems like, and if it is, that could be the death of Ethereum. It could really be problematic. So avoid all those problems. Stay above $1,400. Stay above $1,600. Don't really flirt with that. Don't linger there. Don't go below there. Just get down there, find support, and then move back up. Because if not, man, we got problems. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. Right now, I'm not expecting that we see death and turmoil. I'm expecting that we move down a little bit more. We probably don't even go below 1900. And then for the rest of April, we'll work our way up. Maybe at the end of April, if not the beginning of May, we will see higher prices than $2,400. And then June, July will be the moment that we do break down, and that'll be when we really start to test ourselves. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.